Alrighty. Okay, so for all those people that are working hard or all those people hardly working, okay? There, you get that instead. I'm sorry, I just gave you candy.
Got it.
Okay, anyway. Alright, so we should be on 57 here. So now, we're going to talk about all these rules for trapezoids and kites. Trapezoids and kites. So, let's see. One pair of parallel sides. So on this one right here, from yesterday, how do I mark that things are parallel?
Oh no.
The strikes.
No, not the strikes.
Tick marks.
Nope, not those ones either.
The arrows.
Arrows, thank you. The arrows are the ones that tell me that they're parallel, right?
Yeah.
So in this one, it would be top and bottom, right?
What?
Top and bottom are going to be parallel.
Yes.
Yes. Anything else that we know about that? Say no. No, that's it. Basically it. A trapezoid has one pair of parallel sides. That's it. Doesn't say anything about any other sides. Okay, now let's see if you guys paid attention yesterday. All four angles on the inside add up to
360.
So, did you guys write that down?
No.
Probably not, because I only had one person say it. All four angles in this add up to
360.
360. So if you didn't know that, then you didn't say it, and then you're probably going to like ask me the same thing tomorrow. Maybe it's something that you need to actually add to this, because all four angles add up to
360.
So in my notes somewhere it says that all four angles add up to
360.
and you're writing down that all four angles add up to
360.
No, Pacho, you keep mispronouncing that. Seriously. Okay. Then write it down the first 9 times when I said it.
There, wrote it down.
Okay, good. All right. Isosceles trapezoid. So one pair of parallel sides. Ooh, that's good. So I'm going to be top and bottom. I'm going to do those. Base angles are congruent. That means these ones will be congruent. Opposite angles are supplementary, and I'm going to show you that here in a second. One pair of
Leg.
congruent legs. So that means that these right here, the legs will be congruent, and that's what makes it isosceles. Now, also, I'm going to do something weird. Is that still an isosceles trapezoid?
Yes.
It still is. Now, the base angles are still going to be congruent, right? So that means that these ones will be congruent. Now, given that much information right there, and it says opposite angles are supplementary, right? So that means this one plus this one add up to 180, right? So supplementary adds up to 180.
Yep.
Okay, so if those two add up to 180, wouldn't these two add up to 180?
Yeah.
And diagonals are congruent. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my diagonals. And I had... that old ID that I was using, and I can't seem to find it anymore. Alright, so... there we go.
What did my do?
There we go. So, diagonals are congruent. So, diagonals are the ones that go all the way across. Jess? Good. Alright, the next one says 2 pairs of consecutive sides are congruent. 2 pairs consecutive sides are congruent. Now, consecutive means, take a guess at it. Say next to each other.
Next to each other.
So consecutive is going to be next to each other. So that means that which ones do you think are going to be congruent here? top two, so I'm going to go here and here, right? And the bottom two. So am I going to put one tick mark here?
No.
Two, because they're going to be congruent to each other, but not to the top. One pair of opposite angles are congruent. So it's going to be these opposite ones over here are going to be congruent. So this one is congruent to this one. And the next part says diagonals are, what's that upside down T again?
Perpendicular.
Perpendicular. So if they're perpendicular, that means they make a what?
Bisect.
No, not bisect. What's that little box right there mean?
Oh,
90
90
90, thank you, 90 degrees right there. So this, 90 degrees. So if you didn't know that right off the top, this is perpendicular and it means 90 degrees. So there's 90 degrees right there. All right, you guys good there? Okay, so we're going to use that information and we're going to solve a whole bunch of stuff here. All right, hey, you. Seriously? You're playing on your phone right now? I was going to try and let you go to the restroom, but you're playing on the phone right now. No, Hacho, why do you keep mispronouncing that? Man, some people. All right. Hey, shh. All right, so, now, first, what kind of triangle do you think this is? Or, I'm sorry, not triangle. What type of shape? It is a kite. You look right here. It is the same shape as a kite, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Okay, good. That's going to help me out. Same shape as a kite. What properties belong to this quadrilateral? Basically all these things, right? All these things.
What page is that one go?
So it's going to be this one right here, right?
57.
This is still 57. So this one's going to go on top of this one. So these are all the things you guys are going to be using right now, right? Okay. What values of x and y will make your assumption true? All right, so now, this is kind of confusing here, but I want you guys to understand what you're trying to get. You're trying to solve for x, and you're trying to solve for y for this one to work. Now, I know, because what I said earlier, these two are congruent, right? Yes. But this one has a y,
That one has an X.
and this one has an x. Can I solve them together?
No.
No. These two are congruent,
Yeah.
right? Yes? These two are congruent right here. This one has an x, and this one has an x. So can I solve for x?
Yes.
No, so-
Yes. Let's please do that. So I would have that 2x plus 4 equals 3x minus 5. Okay, minus 2x. So I get 4 equals 1x minus 5. Now what I'm going to do? Hmm? Add 5, because I want to get the x by itself, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to add 5. So 9 is equal to x. Alright, so that's helpful. So if x is 9, what can I do with my x value now?
You can input it.
Can I plug it in up here so I can actually solve for y?
Yes.
Very good. So 9 plus 6 is
15.
15. So this is 15. So I know that this one here, like I'll even put my marks here, just so we can. So I know these two are congruent, and so now since I got rid of my x, I only have y's, I can solve for it. So I'm going to say 2y plus 5 equals 15. What am I going to do from here? Subtract 5, very good. 2y is 10. Divide by 2. Y is 5. So, did we solve for x and y? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now, This one right here, it is a parallelogram. I know it's all dark, so forgive me on my copying here. All right, so it is a parallelogram. Find the value of A and B. Okay, so I need you guys to flip the page. Flip the page to yesterday's.
I don't have
Parallelograms, right?
Okay. Here is my parallelograms. Okay. I have a lot of information there. Now, for this right here, what do I know about this? What do I know? So help me out.
Two pairs of opposite sides are joined.
Okay, am I dealing with the opposite sides?
Yeah.
Say no.
No.
Opposite sides would be x, y, and w, z. Those are opposite sides. Opposite sides are also x, w, and y, z. Now, what information do I have here? Look carefully.
They're supplementary.
Look carefully. What information am I using? I have variables right here for A and B, right? Those are along WY. What is WY? That's a what? That's a diagonal. What about XZ? Those are diagonals, right? Okay, so that's important. If you identify what we're talking about, since we're talking about diagonals, let's see what information we get from diagonals. It says diagonals bisect each other. What does bisect mean? Cut into two equal parts, right? Okay, so watch this. So this next one is going to be interesting. Okay, so I'm going to use that same information I had right there. Use that same information I have right there. So now I'm going to solve for this. So I know that A equals B plus 2. Right? Because I'm using these two right here. Because this one is congruent to this one. And this one is congruent to this one. Because bisect means cut into two equal parts, right? Wow, did everyone fall asleep on me?
Yes. No, I mean no. It's,
Yeah?
yeah.
Class!
Yes.
If I start throwing out candy, will everyone wake up?
No.
There we go. I only got one hand up there. That was it. Two hands? I hit you right in the hand. That was it. Okay. And guess what? There we go.
Damn, I know what you're getting me.
Wow.
Go back
dang.
to sleep.
I don't even like these.
What? I'm sorry. Out of candy now. I woke up everyone, and all of a sudden everyone had their hands up for a minute, but only like 3 hands went up, and I went with those.
My hand went up.
Huh?
Oh, mine.
Well, a lot later.
His hand went up.
I did it. I don't believe you. Here. Okay. Oh, right in the trash too. Oh.
God.
Are you going for it?
Nope.
Okay. All right. So we said that these two are congruent, right?
B plus 10.
And the next one I'm going to write B plus 10 is equal to
2A minus
2A minus 8. Now, since the A's are going to be the same, so whenever I find an A, the A is going to be the same, and I find a B, the B's are going to be the same. Okay, out of this is going to become a system of equations. So, can I substitute A for something else? Say yes.
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 Now, what do I know A is equal to?
2B 2 plus 2.
B plus 2, right? So this is called substitution here. So I'm going to replace A with B plus 2. And once I do that, will all the A's be gone from here?
Yes.
Yes.
There we go. So it's going to be B plus 10 equals 2 times B plus 2 minus 8. So that is the proper way to substitute. I substitute using parentheses. Now from here, I have to distribute that 2. So it's going to be B plus 10 equals 2b plus 4, because I have to distribute to both, minus 8. Combine like terms. B plus 10 equals 2b minus 4, because positive 4 and a negative 8 gives me a negative 4. Jess? Okay, good. So let's solve for b. Subtract b, so I get 10 equals 2b minus 1b.
1B.
1b minus 4. What am I doing now?
Subtracting the
Adding the 4.
Adding the 4, right? Adding the 4. So 14 equals b. Now, if I know what b is, so I now know what b is, can I plug it in to get it a? So a would equal 14 plus 2. So a is 16.
And that was a lot.
I know, but this is, I try to give you guys one of the hardest problems in the notes so you guys can actually see, oh yeah, I get this here and there, okay? So you're not going to get too many of these. All the ones in the practice are actually easier than this. Give me a minute, I'm almost done. Okay, so all this is going to be on page 57. So page 57, so when you put it down, it's going to be like this. That one on top. And then 56. 56 right here. Messed up my camera. So you guys are going to use this one right here. Okay, you're going to use this information right here. And so like this first one is a, what shape is that?
Rhombus.
What is it?
Rhombus.
A rhombus. Okay, so it's a rhombus, so I'm going to have to use the one from yesterday's stuff, right? A lot of stuff is from yesterday. Actually, all these ones are from yesterday. Anyway, so you guys got this? I'm going to give you guys the rest of the class. I want you guys to work on this one, 56 and 54. Because 54, I know I have people on the basketball team that did not do 54. Because I went into study hall to see if he did 54. And he still did not do 54. So what do you think he should have done? 54 is this one right here. So did he do 54?
Whoa, what's that one?
Yeah.
Lies.
Oh, I did it.
All right, don't forget, like, subscribe.
I don't have